everybody, welcome to another episode of Blockchain Central. Today we'll look into another consensus protocol called Stellar. In one of our previous videos, we talked about Ripple, a consensus protocol which tries to become a global payment network by simplifying traditional banking transactions. Stellar is known to be very similar to Ripple, yet different in various aspects. So in this video, we'll have a closer look at what makes Stellar special. Stellar was founded in 2014 by Jed McCaleb. If this name sounds familiar, it is also because he was the founder of Mt. Gox, one of the first Bitcoin exchanges, and the co-founder of Ripple. When Jed launched the Stellar project in July 2014, it was essentially a fork of the Ripple blockchain. However, after a year of operation and some difficulties, the Stellar Development Foundation launched an entirely new payment system called Stellar Core, which included an original consensus protocol called the Stellar Consensus Protocol, SCP for short. But let's take a few steps back and introduce you to Stellar's mission. The Stellar Development Foundation was founded as a non-profit organization with an aim to promote global financial access, literacy, and inclusion. This is to be accomplished by enabling global access to low-cost financial services and to be especially interesting for the unbanked population of the world. How does Stellar work and what's special about it? Like other projects, the Stellar network is a decentralized open source network, which means that a copy of the ledger holding all transactions and account balances is stored on every node's server. These nodes run independently, meaning the network does not rely on a single centralized entity, and if one server fails, the network will remain fully functional. To reach consensus, the Stellar network uses the Stellar Consensus Protocol, which is very different from Bitcoin's proof-of-work mechanism. The core idea behind the Stellar Consensus Protocol is called the Federated Byzantine Fault Tolerance. This means that each node gathers a conglomerate of trusted validator nodes around itself. Such a conglomerate is called a quorum slice. All quorum slices eventually overlap with each other and thereby build a network of trust through which transactions can be conducted and validated. For more technical detail, I highly recommend reading the Stellar white paper. The division into quorum slices makes the Stellar consensus algorithm less power hungry when compared to conventional blockchains. This efficiency improvement enables the network to settle a transaction in between 2 and 5 seconds. Additionally, the Stellar network is capable of handling up to 1,000 transactions per second, which makes it suitable for large-scale implementations. Stellar also tries to bridge the crypto and real-world usage through so-called anchors. Anchors are trusted institutions, companies, and projects which use the Stellar network for their transactions. This means that users deposit all their real-world assets with an anchor they trust. Anchors have two functions. One, they credit the assets to user accounts in the Stellar network, and two, they accept the credit they issue to make withdrawals possible. You already know anchors from the real world. For example, your local bank is an anchor for your cash deposits. The only difference is that Stellar anchors utilize the Stellar network, making transactions easier and faster and sufficiently cheaper. So far, the Stellar network looks like a fairly standard blockchain, but there's more. The Stellar ledger includes an integrated distributed exchange to facilitate cross-border transactions. These transactions often require a change in currency or asset. Therefore, the Stellar ledger is able to store bids and offers made to buy or sell currencies. These offers can be seen in an order book saved inside all nodes, enabling a matchmaking process on the protocol level. For every currency or asset, a corresponding pair is saved, guaranteeing latest price estimates in liquid markets. Additionally, this feature allows the users to convert their currencies during the transaction. Of course, the Stellar network has its own native cryptocurrency. It's called lumens, XLM for short. And when it is established, 1,000 billion lumens were pre-mined. Lumens are designed with an annual inflation of 1%. This means that the supply of lumens increases over time. The built-in cryptocurrency has two processes. First of all, a small transaction fee of this many lumens has to be contributed to the network in order to prevent spam or malicious traffic. Therefore, every account in the network is required to hold a list of 20 lumens, which ensures its authenticity. Second of all, lumens can be used as a bridging currency for a transaction in which the currency pairs are illiquid or not traded at all. Lastly, Stellar also offers the ability for anyone to issue their own tokens on the network with advantages in liquidity, security, performance, and ease of use. Let me start with liquidity. Third-party exchanges usually don't have the capacity to list a new token instantly at launch and can end up being quite expensive. With Stellar's distributed exchange, token issuances don't have to rely on the third-party exchanges and can list their tokens on the issuance date. In terms of security, developers are limited to a system of predetermined smart contracts. These guarantee security and cannot be exploited by hackers, like the self-developed contracts on the Ethereum platform. As I already mentioned before, the Stellar network has a tremendously fast transaction performance and a cost of 1 cent for 100,000 transactions. Users thereby don't have to waste their money on transaction fees anymore, and micropayments become affordable. Additionally, the ease of ICO development adds even more potential value to this blockchain. Stellar supports simple and conventional programming language like C# or Java, and investors can also participate in ICOs using Ethereum and Bitcoin. These features can make the Stellar protocol very interesting for startups and can enable Stellar to potentially replace Ethereum as the major ICO platform. That is it for this episode of Blockchain Central. Make sure to hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Blockchain Central to never miss a beat. Happy investing.